So now it's glaring white instead of black, which is okay, but it makes it, I don't know, it makes it difficult to see the, now what have we got a problem with here? Wow, all I want this thing to do is, whoops, not that. We're having technical issues today. Hang on here. That's not it. Come on here. Did this thing get knocked over again? If so, we know we can blame for that. All right, bear with me. I'm having a day. Gotta get some coffee. And good afternoon, everybody. Welcome once again to Strat-O-Matic Baseball. I see quite a few people in the chat room already for the Mets at the Cardinals, the first of a 3-game set. A mismatch if I've ever seen one. Says Franklin, and there's Kelly unmitigated. That's a good point. Maybe it has to be the Bush beer batter. So we don't have a major beer lawsuit on our hands, huh? They always change in something. Then I couldn't get my phone to connect to my internet, so I finally had to call T-Mobile. They were really nice. I'll tell you what, they had amazing customer support. And the people actually speak understandable English. A huge plus as far as I'm concerned. And my eyes, I didn't get much sleep, so my vision today is really straining. I put in all kinds of sustained dry eye drops. And hang on a second, I need a Kleenex. I'll settle for half of the paper towel. Okay, the pitchers today, Dick Silva for the Mets, Nelson Briles for the Cardinals. Looking at that, you look at Briles' record. Seems like it would be a pretty good card. For Dick Silva, this is just his 4th start. He's pitched primarily out of the bullpen. He's 2-2 with a 5.50, 3 saves. And like most of the Mets relievers, he's had mixed results out of the pen. And there's his card. Now, Briles, very good card against righties. He has some issues against lefties, mainly the long ball. However, I can't think of a pitcher who's been A, unlucky, or B, just plain shellacked in this replay than Briles. 0-4, ERA of, are you ready for it? 8.81. In 47 innings of work, he's allowed 76 hits, including 9 home runs. For any starting pitcher with anything resembling a significant amount of innings, I think this is the worst I've seen. Hey there, Ernest. Welcome. Beer batter fish works. Fillet of fish. That was one of my go-tos when I used to eat at the Golden Arches. They're on my shit list. I don't support them anymore. Maybe I should list my, well, no, I get in trouble for doing that. I was thinking maybe I should list my entire list of my boycotted companies for everybody to see. That might create some problems. so I won't do that. I can tell you that at the very top of the list is Walmart, a position they will never lose. Not just because of their inferior products, but because of their absolutely below fathomably unacceptable customer service. All right, enough of my soapbox for the day. Let's check the lineup for the Mets. It'll be Ron Hunt leading it off at second base, Eddie Brosseau at short, Al Luplow is in right field, Ken Boyer, the third baseman, hits fourth, Cleon Jones is in center, Ed Kranepool's at first base, Johnny Lewis gets the start in left field, Hawk Taylor will do the catching and hit eighth, with Selma, the pitcher, batting ninth. Hello, Ben Witz. Good to see you. Yeah, exactly. That was back when I still ate there, but I wouldn't eat the beef anymore. So it was either the chicken or the egg McMuffin. That was back during the South American beef rumors. If you just saw a shadow crossing, that was Mookie. Hey, that's my water. You have water in 3 different things, man. Oh, come on. As he peeks his head in there. Oh my goodness. All right. Umpires will be Doug Harvey behind the plate, Harry Wendelstedt at first, Shag Crawford at second, and Ed Vargo third. Practically a who's who of top National League umpires from that era. And returned an item and lost that refund. Oh my goodness. Yeah, customer service. I tell you, or customer lack of service would be more like it. I have to admit, I had a McMuffin or two on my Oregon trip. Sometimes you make concessions when you're on the road. Let's play ball, shall we? Ah, my eyes, man. I'm telling you what. Okay, usually it gets better as the game goes along and I get used to reading them. All right, let's try it. Bryle's ready to work. Here's Ron Hunt to start it off. Hunt hitting .266. No home runs, 10 RBIs. Bryle's into the windup. The pitch is a 4-9 right-handed. And it's a base hit up the middle. And right off the bat, a leadoff single for Hunt. Hunt is star 15 base stealer, so let's take a look at the battery now. Bryle's with a 0 hold. McCarver a -1, so that makes him a 14 not held. They're going to hold him at 12. So Hunt held on. Here's the shortstop, Eddie Brosseau. Brosseau at .245, 3 home runs, 9 RBIs. Hello there, Bill. From the stretch, it's going to be a 5-5 right-handed. Fly ball to right field. Drifting over is Shannon to haul it in, and there's one down. So as somebody already mentioned, Bryle's definitely due for some better luck. Here's the right fielder, Al Luplow. Luplow at .250 on the year, 3 homers, a dozen RBIs. Bryle's out of the stretch. It's a 6-9 left-handed. High fly ball to deep right field. Going back is Shannon. It's gone. And the home run ball bites Bryles again. A 2-run shot by Luplow, and the Mets jump out to a 2-0 lead. Just the 4th home run of the season for Luplow. And Bryles' struggles continue. You might notice he's also listed at the top of the page under Who's Cold. In the last 10 days, he's worked 11 innings, 15 hits, 9 runs, 4 walks, 7 strikeouts. I'm not sure those numbers are any worse at all than his total season numbers. The batter will be Ken Boyer. Boyer at .239 leads the team in homers with 8 and RBIs with 35. That's a 2-7 right-handed. Fly ball to center field. Flood backing up and makes the grab. Well, Flood covering some ground out there in center as usual. With 2 down, here's Cleon Jones. Jones hitting .303, leading the club in batting. 5 home runs, 16 RBIs. Bryles into the windup on a 4-8. He lifts it to straightaway left field. Lou Brock ranging over and glubs it for the final out. But the Mets jump on Bryles for 2 runs on 2 hits. Nobody left. 2-run shot by Al Luplow. And the beer batter is Johnny Lewis. Is it Jerry Lewis? Johnny Lewis. Good grief. Sorry, Johnny Lewis. Where did we get Jerry? Happy birthday, Jeremy, and welcome in. Okay, Bryles will sit down and think about that inning. As Dick Selmy gets warmed up, here's the St. Louis batting order. Lou Brock leads it off in left field. Phil Gagliano at third base. Kurt Flood in center field. Tito Francona at first base hits cleanup. Once again, no Orlando Cepeda. Tim McCarver, the catcher, bats fifth. Mike Shannon is in right field. Jerry Buchek at second base, Dal Maxville the shortstop, and Bryles the pitcher. Lunenkegel, Leinenkugels all around. All right, here's Brock to start things off. Lou Brock hitting .274. 6 home runs, 29 RBIs. Selma into the windup. Pitches a 4-10 left-handed high fly ball to right field. Luplow backs up a bit and makes the catch just shy of the track. Mookie's getting ready to make the leap. There he goes. He lands it. It's a 10-pointer. Here's Gagliano now. Gagliano hitting .219, no homers, 12 RBIs. Selma in the windup. The pitch on a 6-8 right-handed. That's going to be a base hit into left center. Double to 3, and he's headed for second. The throw, Gagliano slides in safe with a double. So he stretched that one. And that puts him in scoring position with 1 away for Kurt Flood. That's a good deal. That is a +9. Of course, 5 is the most it can be. But you're right. So, with that in mind, the best thing they can do is keep Brock off the bases, which they were able to do his first time up. Because if he gets on, he's going to run for the hills. Kurt Flood hitting .293, 4 homers, 22 RBIs. Selma checks the runner. Pitches a 3-8 right-handed base hit up the middle. Gagliano can round and try to score on that. 11. Jones a -110. They're going to hold him at third. They decide not to test the arm of Cleon Jones, and the Cardinals will have runners at the corners with one out and Tito Francona at the plate. Francona comes into the game hitting just .222, 2 home runs, 7 RBIs. Let's see how the Mets are going to play it now. I'm on the fence on this one. I'm going to roll for it. 1-3, it's in. Infield in for Francona, and here's the pitch from the stretch. 2-9 right-handed, high fly ball to deep right field. Luplow backing up at the track, at the wall, caught right at the wall. Of course, Gagliano could tag up and practically walk home on that sac fly, but man, did Francona give it a ride. Looked like it was gone off the bat, but Luplow able to catch it right at the base of the wall. That makes the score 2-1 Mets. And here's McCarver. McCarver hitting .328. Leads the club in batting. 4 home runs, 29 RBIs. Hello, Joel Turney. Welcome in. Runner at first, 2 down. Pitches a .312, ground ball to second. Hunt has it, shovels it to Brasseau for the force. And that'll do it. Cardinals settle for 1 on 2 hits, leave 1. We've played an inning. It's 2-1 Mets. So Milwaukee was the beer capital before St. Louis, wasn't it? Oh, Leinenkugel's a Miller, owned by Miller. I did not know that. Okay. I have to apologize, fellas. I'm really struggling to pull it together today. Okay, let's focus. I may not pay quite as much attention to the chat. I'm going to have to try to focus on one thing here. Kranepool will be the hitter. .213 average, 6 homers, 26 RBIs. Bryles into the windup. The pitch to the lefty is a 4-6 left-handed, and he walks him to lead it off. And Cardinal fans have got to be thinking, here we go again. Here's the beer batter, Johnny Lewis. Lewis hitting just .179, 3 homers, 11 RBIs, and in 112 at-bats, he struck out 31 times. Bryles out of the stretch. It's a .310 right-handed. He gets it the other way to left field. Brock is positioned perfectly. And he'll make the catch for out number 1. The catcher, Hawk Taylor, will be the hitter now. Taylor has not played much. He's just 7 for 26 on the season, a .269 average, no home runs. The pitch from Bryles from the stretch on a 3-6. Routine grounder to short. Maxville has it to Buchek for 1 to Francona, 6-4-3 double play. Well, Bryles gets the ground ball double play. That'll end the top of the second, and we go to the bottom of the inning. 2-1 Mets. And the right fielder, Mike Shannon, will lead it off for St. Louis as we go to the bottom of the second. Shannon hitting .250, 4 home runs, 14 RBIs. Selma gets the sign from Taylor. The pitch on a 1-5, swung on and missed, strike 3. That'll bring up the second baseman, Jerry Buchek, having a fine year with a .326 average, 4 home runs, 27 RBIs. Selma into the windup, 210 right-handed. He lifts it the other way to right field. Luplow glides over and grabs it for out number 2. And here's the shortstop, Dal Maxfield, hitting .290. No home runs, 8 RBIs. The windup and the pitch from Selma on a 1-5. He walks him. Maxville works out the 2-out walk. That'll turn the lineup over, if nothing else. And here's Bryles, a right-handed hitting pitcher. On a 5-9 right-handed, single to 13. Holy cow, double over that. It's going to be a base hit, 2 stars for Bryles. Maxville all the way to third. How about that? Bryles trying to help himself out here at the plate with a 2-out single. Cardinals trail by a run, runners at the corners, 2 down, and Lou Brock stepping to the plate. Selma checks the runners now. On a 3-7 righty, base hit left field. That's going to tie the ball game. Maxville scores. Bryles can go to third. He will not. He'll stop at second. Give the RBI to Brock, and it's tied at 2. Here's Gagliano now. Selma studies the runners, studies the signs, the windup, the pitch to Gagliano, 5-10, high pop fly to shallow center. Cleon Jones jogging in, waits on it, and puts it away to end the inning. But the Cardinals tie it up with a run on 2 hits. They leave a pair. It's a 2-2 ball game after 2. You could say deuces or wild. And that was something that Vin Scully used to say quite often in those situations. Yeah, I hear you, Ben. It's very difficult for me to believe that we're this far into the season and Bryles is still looking for his first win. Selma will lead it off. He's a right-handed hitter on a 5-7 right-handed, and he lines it into left field for a base hit. Leadoff single for Selma. And the leadoff man has been aboard in each inning so far against Bryles, and here's Ron Hunt. Bryles out of the stretch. The pitch to Hunt on a 3-11 righty. Grounder down to third. Gagliano fields it. Goes to Buchek for 1, and that's all they'll get. 5-4 fielder's choice. Selma can go sit down, and Hunt's at first. 14 held on at 12. And the hitter will be Eddie Brassou. Bryles out of the stretch. The pitch is a 4-5. Grounder to short X. This could be 2. Maxville, a good shortstop. 228. Here's the play. On a 5, he's got it, but his only play is to first. A little slow roller. He had to come in on that one. And on the play, Hunt takes second. So a nice play by Maxville. Runner in scoring position and 2 down for Al Luplow, who unloaded a 2-run bomb his first time up. Boyer to follow. Bryles gets the sign. Pitch to Luplow on a 2-7 righty. He struck him out. And the Mets leave a man at second base in the 3rd inning. Interestingly, Bryles rated only 5 for starter endurance, too. I got to look at the front of the card again. He was 4-15, but with a fine 3.21 ERA. Made just 17 starts, 6 saves. And the hits and walks to innings don't really add up to an ERA that good, do they? That being said, it's a very unbalanced card. Good card against righties, not very good against lefties. How many lefties do the Mets have in the lineup? 1, 2, 3 only. All right, bottom of the third in a tie game. Curt Flood will start it off. Selma into the windup. 3-6 righty. Liner to third, single to 12. Here's the roll. It's into left field for a leadoff single. So Flood 2 for 2. Star 15. Let's check the battery now for the Mets. We know it's a +5. So 20 held at 18, and he's going to roll for that with Tito Francona at the plate. 2 through 6 or 12 for Flood. 10, he does not get the lead. What would he be on the back number? 17 minus 4. He's a 13 on the back number. Excuse me. And with nobody out, Francona's going to swing away. Francona had a sac fly his first time up. Selma from the stretch. 5-5 left-handed, and he loses in ball 4. And the Cardinals have something going here in the third as the first two batters reach. Selma also a 5-inning starter. So the bullpens should come into play in this one, and that would certainly favor the Cardinals, as if the team's overall records didn't in the first place. McCarver 0 for 1. Selma with the windup and the pitch on a 6-9 left-handed. Swung on and missed. Strike 3. Big strikeout there for Selma. 1 down, and here's Mike Shannon. Shannon was a strikeout victim in the second inning. Selma the windup and the pitch. 3-4 righty. Grounder to shortstop. Brasu has it. Steps on the bag. Throws to first. Double play. No runs, a hit, 1 left. 3 innings in the books at a 2-2 tie. Hey there, Richard. Welcome. How's it going? How are things in Kiel, Germany today? Or tonight, I should say, as it approaches 11 p.m. your time. Ken Boyer will lead off the fourth for the Mets. He's 0 for 1. Bryles gets the sign from McCarver now. The pitch is a 3-6 right-handed. Liner right at Maxville, and he makes the catch for the first out. That'll bring up Klingon, who's 0 for 1. Bryles gets his sign. Delivers a 4-8 righty. Klingon lifts it to left field. Brock drifting over and puts it away. The 2 quick outs in the fourth, and here's Ed Kranepool. Ed walked his first time up. Bryles with the pitch. That's a 6-7 left-handed. Grounder second base X. That's going to be a tough chance for Jerry Buchek, a 323. Here's the play on a 2. He won't get to it. That's into right field for a 2-out single. Kranepool's been on both times so far. With 2 down, Johnny Lewis, the beer batter, steps to the plate. Bryles a glance at first. Now from the stretch comes in with a 6-10 lefty. Fly to center field X. That's Curt Flood. So the roll merely a formality. On a 1-0, and on a 2, he makes a running, leaping, diving catch to take extra bases away from Johnny Lewis. Oh my goodness, that's the play of the game. What a play by Kurt Flood. That's going to be a web jam, and that ends the inning. Flood went a long way, left his feet, and somehow was able to catch the ball. He's made some dandies this season, but that has to rank as probably his best play so far. That'll be in the top 10 plays of the year. Now we've moved to the bottom of the fourth in a 2-2 ball game. Buchek's going to lead things off. Buchek 0 for 1. Selma with the windup and the pitch. That's a 4-10 right-handed ground ball to shortstop. Brasseau comes in on it, gloves it, throws to Crane Pool in time. Here's the shortstop, Dal Maxville. Selma with the windup. Here's the pitch. It's a 6-7 right-handed grounder, second base X. That's a tough chance for Hunt. 328 to his left. Here's the play. On an 11, error range. 7 on a 28, and his throw pulls Crane Pool off the bag. That's going to be an error on Hunt. So Maxville reaches on the E4. And with one away, Bryles is up. Bryles, a poor bunter, a D. What the heck? He's going to swing away. He has one hit today already. On a 5-7 right-handed, struck him out. Down goes Bryles, and here's Lou Brock. The pitch from Selma, 2-8 right-handed. He pops him up right side. Crane Pool will take it. And it's an easy inning for Dick Selma. No runs, no hits, a man left. We've played 4, and it's 2-2. This will be the first endurance inning for both starting pitchers already as we move to the 5th inning. Hawk Taylor will lead it off for the Mets. Bryles gets the sign, lined up the pitch on a 1-10 right-handed. He pops him up. Shortstop Maxville will take it. One down, and here's Selma. Selma singled his first time up. The pitch is a 5-8 right-handed, swung on and missed, strike 3. 2 easy outs for Bryles, and here's the leadoff man, Ron Hunt. Hunt 1 for 2. The pitch from Bryles. 2-3 right-handed, pop up. Maxville waving his arms, he'll take it. And it's the first clean inning of the day for Nelson Bryles. 1, 2, 3 go the Mets. Still 2-2 at the halfway point of the game. And that means it's time for more coffee. Well, only about a half a cup left. As I mentioned previously, I went to bed late and woke up way too early. So it's one of those days. I may have to eat out after the game. Just pick up something quick. Hard to know what to get anymore, though. I saw another good YouTube video about basically why food sucks these days. I have a couple that I still like. Probably my favorite, Panda Express, but I had that on Saturday, so I don't want that again. And these burger places, I tell you what, none of them are any good, except for In-N-Out Burger, and we don't have that in Washington. I'd rather make my own burger, but as I mentioned, I'm not up to that today. Perhaps Mexican. In many ways, that seems to be the most consistent choice, to be honest with you. And you got your rice and beans, so it's actually fairly healthy to boot. All right, scoreless, sorry, not a scoreless game, but a 2-2 deadlock. First endurance inning for Selma. Here's Gagliano to lead it off. He's 1 for 2. Selma comes in with a 2-9 righty, and he pops him up on the left side. Eddie Brassu will handle that one. And they'll bring up Kurt Flood, who's 2 for 2. Selma into the windup. That's a 3-10 right-handed. Foul ball left side. Boyer over by the railing, and he pulls that one in. So 2 quick outs for Selma. And here's Tito Francona. Sac fly in the first, walked in the third. Selma's pitch to the left-hander. 4-10 lefty. He lifts it to straightaway right. Can of corn for Luplo. And it's an easy 1-2-3 inning for Dick Selma. Culver's. I'm not familiar with Culver's, but it's nice to know there is something halfway decent. I'll tell you what, Unmitigated, that was mentioned in the video, the expectations, that is, that the reason they've gotten away with this post-COVID is that America has already lowered its expectations. We're at the point where we accept mediocrity as being good. And a lot of them are owned by giant corporations, investment firms. There's another word they call it that I'm looking for, and I can't find the word. The term, rather. So the moral is, as long as we continue to accept that level of mediocrity, they're not going to change, because the people at the very top, they're just looking at the bottom line. They're looking at profit. Good game here, though. 2-2 as we move it to the 6th inning. Eddie Brassu will start it off. Second endurance inning for Bryles as he goes into the windup. The pitch on a 3-11 right-handed. Hard smash to third. Gagliano has it. Throws over to Francona. 1 down. Well, that's true, Al. Not what I was looking for, but it's accurate. Here's Luplo now. His 2-run homer way back in the first, responsible for all the Mets scoring so far. Bryles comes in there with a 3-8 righty. High fly ball to right, backing up is Shannon at the track, at the wall, leaps up and makes the catch. Oh, he just missed that one. Let's take another look at it. 3-8, homer to 5. He rolled the 6. So, just a loud out to right. Lupo deprived of his bid for his second home run of the game, and with 2 down, here's Boyer. 6-6 righty, swung on and missed, strike 3. And don't look now, but Nelson Briles has retired the last 7 in order. Well, Briles was due for better days. Now let's see about Dick Selma. Bottom of the 6th, Tim McCarver to start things off. Selma gets the sign from Hawk Taylor. Here's the windup and the pitch to McCarver. 6-6 lefty, flies it to straightaway center. Cleon Jones to his left and grabs it for the first out. Here's Shannon now 0 for 2. The pitch from Dick Selma on a 4-7 righty, and he loses him ball 4. 1 out walk to Shannon, 20 held at 18. Jerry Buchek the batter. Shannon rolling for the lead, 2 through 5 or 12. 6, he just missed it. Back number, he's a 12. Buchek will swing away on a 2-7 right-handed, struck him out. So with 2 down and a runner at first, it'll be up to Dal Maxville. Selma's pitch, 3-6 right-handed, swung on and missed, strike 3. Impressive inning for Dick Selma. The Cardinals come up empty in the bottom of the 6th. And we're still knotted at 2 as we go to the 7th. I've jinxed it. Maybe. Cleon Jones to lead it off. Third endurance inning for Nelson Briles. Here's the windup and the pitch to Cleon. 110 righty, liner right at Buchek. He makes the catch for out number 1. Batter will be Cranepool. Briles with the windup, 3-7 righty, routine grounder to second. Buchek scoops it up, tosses it to Francona. 2 quick outs in the 7th. And that'll bring up Johnny Lewis, who's 0 for 2. Here's the windup and the pitch, 3-9 righty. He struck him out. Drink up, gentlemen. 1, 2, 3 go the Mets in the 7th. 10 in a row retired by Briles now. As we go to the stretch. And with Briles due to lead off the bottom of the inning, I'll throw it out to you guys. Pinch hit for him or let him bat? You'll have time to think about that as we check in on Mookie. Maintenance guy came by to look at my thermostat today. Mookie ran and hid under the bed. Yep, he's in the usual spot. Hey there, Mookie. Mookie. Say hello. No, I'm going to hide my head. Hi, buddy. What's happening? Poor little guy. Little does he know that in just 10 days, he's going to be in a cat carrier in an airport filled with noisy people. All right, let's get this back in here. Ben says let him hit, he's earned it. Pinch hit, pinch hit, pinch hit. Well, my thought was also to pinch hit. I just wanted to, since it was a stretch anyway. Plus, you know, Shane Deans wants to let Briles lead the game on a good note. It's probably his best pitch game of the year. And he will exit for a pinch hitter to lead off the bottom of the 7th. 7 innings for Briles. Just 4 hits allowed. 2 runs. He only walked 1. He doesn't strike out many, but he did strike out 4. And let's see who the batter is going to be against the right-handed Selma. And that's going to be Charlie Smith hitting for the pitcher. Charlie Smith, right-handed hitting infielder, comes into the game with a .328 average, 5 home runs, 19 RBIs. Now, 328, he has 177 at bat, so it's not like he did it in 60 at bats or something. He's having a fine season. OPS of 839 compared to his real life of 701. Selma entering his 3rd endurance inning as he gets his sign from Taylor. Here's the windup down the pitch. It's a 4-9 right-handed. Single to 18 down to third base, and that's just past Boyer, and it's a leadoff single for Charlie Smith. Lou Brock, the hitter. Activity in the Mets pen. Let's see who we're going to get up down there. Larry Bernhardt, the righty, will be up for sure. He's joined by the lefty Bill Hepler. Brock the batter, runner at first, nobody out. Brock 1 for 3. Take care, Richard. Have a great night. Oh, I'm okay, Ben. Why do you ask? Man, I must sound even more tired than I am. Selma from the stretch now. Here's the pitch to Brock. It's a 5-3 left-handed grounder, first base X. Tough chance for Cranepool. Could be 2. He's a 3-13. And it's a 17 on the 3. He's got it. He goes to Brassou for 1. Back to first, not in time. So a 3-6 force. And you know what that means. Brock held at 18. rolling for it, 2 through 7. 9, he doesn't get it. However, he's a 16 on the second number, and there he goes. Taylor's throw, and he's a dead duck. Oh, what a peg by Hawk Taylor. I don't even believe it. I don't even believe it. That's just the ninth time Brock has been caught against 30 successful stolen bases. Oh, the flying. Yeah, I hate flying, Vin. But the weather for driving down there, it's moving on me daily. It's in such a state of flukes now, I can't even count on it. With 2 passes to go over, I just don't trust it. And leaving on the 19th shouldn't be too bad. Should beat most of the rush. So 2 down. Here's the next pitch to Phil Gagliano. It's a 110 righty. High fly ball to left. That's over Lewis's head. And he's digging for third on a 4. He's in there with a triple. Second extra base hit for Phil Gagliano. And man, how big does that caught stealing look now? One more hitter walk will fatigue Selma. This could be his last batter. Flood 2 for 3. Selma checks the runner. Comes to the plate 410 right-handed. Grounder to short. Routine for Brassou. He throws him out. And a chance goes a-begging for the Cardinals in the bottom of the 7th. No runs, 2 hits. They leave a man at third base. And we need a new pitcher for St. Louis. They went with Horner in real life. They're going to go with Horner. The Cardinals, again, mainly for those who don't watch regularly, the only real right-handed option in their pen is Don Dennis. And he has not been good, to say the least. Little Joe Horner sat in the corner. Taylor, a pinch hitter, and Hunt for the Mets. Left-hander ready to go to work now. The windup on the pitch to Taylor on a 3-11. Grounder second base way. Buchek to his left, gobbles it up. Flips it to Francona for the first out. And that'll be the end of the day for Selma. And we'll look for a pinch hitter for the Mets. Against the lefty, it's going to be Ron Swoboda. Swoboda's numbers on the year, 166, 2 homers, 15 RBIs. Better against lefties. Horner's pitch is a 6-7 right-handed. He flies it to straightaway center. Kurt Flood glides over to it and makes it look easy for out number 2. And here's the second baseman, Ron Hunt, with 2 down. Horner into the windup. 3-9, left-handed, and he plunks him. Hunt, Mr. Hit by Pitch himself, will take his base. Horner with an excellent -4 hold. McCarver a -1. So Hunt not held at 10. He's not going anywhere. And here's Eddie Brasseau. Horner comes in there with a 4-10 right-handed. High pop fly to shallow left. Brock under it. And that'll do it in the 8th. At least Broyles didn't take a loss, but that still leaves him looking for his first win of the year. New pitcher for New York. With the lefties coming up, it's going to be the left-handed Bill Hepler. So Selma in his 7 innings, 2, 3, 4, 5, 7 hits, 2 runs, 1, 2, 3 walks, and 3, 4, 5 strikeouts. Both starters pitched well. They'll have nothing to do with it. Hepler's record, 2-0, 2 saves, 3.72. He's been one of the best pitchers out of the beleaguered New York pen. And the Cardinals are going to counter that move by sending up a batter for Francona. And you guessed it, Orlando Cepeda will bat for him and take over at first base. E17, right-handed hitter, the young baby bull at the plate, Hepler into the windup. 4-5 right-handed, it's hard smash to third. Boyer gloves it, fires it to Crane Poole, 1 down. Here's McCarver now. McCarver 0 for 3 today as Hepler goes into his windup. On a 5-8 lefty, second base X, tough chance for Hunt. 328, here's the play. On a 6, he makes a nice play and throws him out. Nice play, Ron Hunt. 2 down, it's up to Mike Shannon. Hepler's pitch on a 6-7 right-handed, he walks him. 2-out walk to Shannon. Let's check the battery now. Hepler also with an excellent hold. -4 with a +3 catcher. So Shannon at 14. He's going to be held on at 12. And Jerry Buchek will be the hitter. Hepler gets the sign. 2-7 lefty. He struck him out. And we're going to the 9th, tied at 2. That's true, Al. Yeah, we were talking about that earlier. But this card, prior to today anyway, has been very unlucky. Okay, no extra innings today, please. For one thing, I have to get my car at 3. That's plenty of time away. 36 minutes from now. And the Mets in the 9th, are they going to go with the left-handed Luplow against Horner? Let's look at the bench. They already used Swoboda. Boyer and Jones to follow. They're going to pinch hit for Luplow with Jim Hickman, the right-handed outfielder. Hickman can stay in the game and remain in right, a 3E5 -1. Horner gets the sign. Here's the pitch to Jim Hickman. It's a 6-11 righty. Fly to right field X. He goes the other way with it, slicing. Tough chance for Shannon. 2E5. Here's the play on a 13 error range. It's a 3 on an E5, and would you believe it? It's a 2-base error on Mike Shannon. Holy cow. A crucial error by Shannon. I'm trying to see his stats now. I don't know why you can't have both of these things opened at once. That's his first error of the season. His first error of the season. It couldn't come at a worse time for St. Louis. Ken Boyer at the plate. 0 for 3 today. Horner checks the runner. The pitch on a 2-8. Base hit into right field. They're waving Hickman in, and the Mets take the lead. RBI single for Ken Boyer, and here's Cleon. Horner from the stretch. 2-7, liner to third, single to 7, and that is caught there by Gagliano. First out of the inning. Here's Cranepool. He'll stay in now. Lefty on lefty on a 1-7. He flies it to straightaway center. Flood glides over and makes the catch. And there's 2 away. And here's Lewis. Trouble is, we'd hit for him. We've already used Hickman and Swoboda. Larry Elliott's a terrible outfielder. We could hit with Murphy. I'm inclined to leave Lewis out there for his defense, try to make the run hold up. On a 6-10 grounder shortstop X. That's a tough chance for Maxville. A good shortstop, 228. Here's the play on a 17. He's got it. Throws him out. But the Mets get a run, an unearned run, and lead 3-2 as we go to the bottom of the ninth. Let's check the defense now. Basu will come out. He'll be replaced at short by Roy McMillan. McMillan in his younger days known as Mr. Shortstop. It was back in his Cincinnati days when he ran off a string of 1 defensive range rated seasons. Right, pinch hitter, and Brock. What do they got on the bench? Javier Spezio Tolan. Alex Johnson. All right, give me a second to think about this one. This is an important decision for the Mets. So I want to see who's available. Hamilton is available. Hamilton is throwing. Hepler will start the inning. He'll be on a short leash, however. Dal Maxville to lead it off. Thank you, everyone, for joining me today. You should, Ben. So a crucial error by Mike Shannon opens the door to a one-run inning. I'm paraphrasing Newman now in the Keith Hernandez episode. Nice game, pretty boy. Here's Maxville 0 for 2 with a walk. Hepler gets the sign. It's a 6-8 right-handed, and he walks him. That's the last thing the Mets wanted to see. And now they're going to send up a pinch hitter for Horner. Pretty much has to be Javier. Not much on the St. Louis bench, but that's going to do it for Hepler. And sure enough, here comes Jack Hamilton. Hamilton's 5-6, 2.95. He has 1 save. Made 13 starts before moving to the bullpen. Let's check Maxville's speed now. No threat to steal. And Javier is going to lay it down. Surprise bunt on a 5B. Bunts it to the pitcher, and that will move Maxville along. So the tying run in scoring position with 1 out. And the batter will be Lou Brock. Brock 1 for 4 today. Hamilton gets the sign now. Here's the pitch to Brock. 4-9 left-handed. High fly ball to right. Luplow backing up. At the track. Makes the catch. Maxville can tag on that. 13-15. Hickman is in right now. -1. 14. He's only out on a 20. So he may as well try it. He'll tag up and move to third. But the Cardinals down to their final out. Is it going to be Gagliano? Pretty much has to be. You've got Tolan or Spezio. Or Alex Johnson. Gagliano, not a particularly good hitter, but he's better than any of those guys. Plus, he has a double and a triple today. Flood on deck. Hamilton does not want to see Flood. 2 down, runner at third. The pitch to Gagliano is a 5-7 righty. Second base X, tough chance for Hunt. Crucial play, 328. On a 5, he's got it, and that's the ball game. Oh, man, I thought for a minute that was going to squeak through, but what a play by Ron Hunt to end it. And the Mets pull it out 3-2. There will be no extra innings today. Yeah, well, Al brings up a good point. I could have used a pitcher to do that and saved Javier. Javier then could have batted for Gagliano. That's really what I should have done. He said Gibson or Al Jackson. Let's look at that. Gibson, an A bunter. Jackson, a B. Yeah, Gibson would have been perfect. He's an A bunter. I didn't think of that, Al. In retrospect, that would have been the better move. So the Mets win it. Horner saddled with an unlucky loss. Let's check his record now. He's 2-3. Hepler picks up the win, a save for Hamilton. Hepler with the win improves to 3-0. He's the vulture of the Mets pen. Here's Hamilton. I think that's just his second save, which surprises me. I had to look at that twice. It still doesn't sound right. I'm going to look at the other stats page just to double check it. I'm sure it is. Wow, it is. That's only the second save for Hamilton. Of course, he hasn't been in the pen that long. Horner, 2 innings, 1 hit, 1 run, unearned. No walks, he hit a batter. No strikeouts. Hepler, 1+, no hits, 2 walks and a strikeout, no runs allowed. Hamilton worked an inning, scoreless, no walks, no strikeouts. And there it is. Shannon's the goat of the game for sure. A 2-E5, making his first error of the season. So who should the player of the game be? We know who the GOAT is. Hamilton for the save. Yeah, I could see that. Luplo with the homer. Definitely the offensive hero. Knocked in 2 of the 3 runs. Selma pitched a fine game, too. Let's see. The Mets win it with 3 runs, only 5 hits, 1 error. Cardinals 2 runs, 7 hits, 1 error. I honestly don't know who to give it to. It's probably Luplo. There's no real standout, but with the 2-run shot in the first, I'm going to go with Luplo. And that's it for today, as the Mets edge the Cardinals 3-2. Tomorrow's ball game, we're going to finish up that weird Indian Senators series that started on Friday. John O'Donohue for Cleveland, Pete Rickert for Washington at the usual time, of course. Thanks once again, everybody, for being here. Have a great evening. Wishing everyone a great evening. Wishing for myself a good night's sleep. And I'll see you all tomorrow, hopefully refreshed and recharged. Take care, everybody. Bye for now.